Hey everyone, Travis here on day 1, week 11 of the NALCS, joined by IWillDominate of Curse. IWillDominate, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I think that you guys have had I don't know, where are you guys now in the standings? I am not familiar with each team's projected, but are you guys locked in?
So we're fifth. If EG loses this game to TSM right now, that means that we're guaranteed in the playoffs. We'll still be guaranteed in the playoffs as long as EG does not go 4-0. So we beat Coast, which is good. Now we have tiebreaker over them, and we're a game up. And they have to play TSM and CLG or TSM and C9. They have to play two really good teams. So I think we're in decent standing right now. We'll probably end up fourth or fifth.
Okay, so you think fourth or fifth, and then I think fourth would have you playing third, right? Which
No,
is
it's 4 or 5. So we're probably playing Dig no matter what, essentially. So because the first round is it's 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and then you play the teams with buys. So
it's not first versus sixth.
nope, because the first two teams get a bye. So it's gonna be 3 versus 6 and 4 or 5. So yeah, yeah.
I think they changed it then. This is a little bit different. The more you know. All right, so how satisfied are you right now with your position?
Uh, we're decently satisfied, but we wanted to be Dig. We had control of that game. It's just that we had a poke comp versus hard engage comp, and if we don't land poke before the team fight breaks out, we'll probably lose. So we had a couple of team fights where they whiffed Oriole and we kind of overcommitted. We're like, oh, they missed part of their engage. We can probably fight them now, and it didn't work out like that.
What did you think of Golden Glue?
I think Golden Glue is he was all right. Didn't he wasn't anything special, but he's not a bad player. He's just he's a player that has been playing amateur for a while, and now he's making it to the pro scene. So I think he's doing pretty well, but he's definitely not on the level of Link, Bjergsen, High, the beasts. So boy, add him in there.
Add that in there really quickly.
Boy. Yep.
The boy.
No, I actually think Boy's a beast right now. He's been playing really, really well, and people on Reddit don't really realize it. But if you look at his play in the last months, he's been really solid. So yeah.
Talk to me about Lee Sin top.
So Lee Sin top is now being seen all the time. I think the thing that made it a lot better is teleport. So now in lanes where you would eventually kind of get bullied like a Renekton lane, you can kind of get through it with TP. So Lee Sin top is kind of just coming back. He's still a huge playmaker, and he does a lot of damage when you build him Hydra and stuff for the top lane. So I think that he's pretty solid top lane. We're going to be seeing a lot of him in NALCS.
Have you had a chance to play Earth at all?
I have not played a game of Earth yet.
Because it's for casuals.
No, it just I get the way I see it is as a jungler, there's not really that much to learn from it. My the combos that I have to perform, spell combos, aren't as advanced as let's say a mid laner, somebody playing LeBlanc or a top laner. So I don't see too much personal value in it. So I've watched some people play it. It looks like a fun mode, but I just haven't played it myself.
Is anybody on your team playing it?
Voy actually likes it a lot.
Is it kind of what you said, where it feels like he's learning combos?
Yeah, his mentality is because they patched League right now and it's on a different patch, he's not going to gain that much from playing solo queue in the last couple of days. So what he's been doing is just playing Earth, and he'll play really mechanically intensive champions and just try to work on hitting his combos right every time, which I think it makes sense for a mid laner, and possibly an AD playing Ezreal or a top laner, but for me it's not my thing.
You don't want to go and clear out the jungle really quick?
Yeah, I mean I could play Hecarim and just make everyone's lives miserable, but I decided against it.
That's acceptable. So TSM right now has an 89% chance of beating a vote due to voting on LoL Esports. 11% EG, 89% TSM. So it looks like you guys are probably good because you need EG to lose this. Would you think that that's a fair ratio, 11 to 89?
Yeah, I'd say that's actually probably about accurate. TSM's the best team in the league right now, and EG is tied for last. So, I mean, I think that I would say that EG has probably a 10% chance of winning this game, especially considering that TSM still needs to try. They want to potentially get first in the standings, so they need to win all their games. So there's pressure on TSM to win as well. So I think that TSM will probably just come out ahead.
Now, you mentioned that TSM is the best team right now. Somebody from CLG, who will remain nameless, told me in an interview moments ago that he felt Cloud9 was the best team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you pick TSM over Cloud9?
Actually, like thinking about it more, I would agree that C9 is better than TSM. TSM is like one of the top teams, but I think that on this patch, C9's adapted better. So over the course of the season, TSM I think has been the strongest team, but right now I'd say that C9 is the best.
Yeah. Just join us here on the couch. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Not that long. We're already rolling. The interview's already started. Yeah. You've now joined. All right. So I'm here with KiWiKiD from Dig and Toss. How's it going, KiWiKiD?
Yeah, it's going great. How are you?
Pretty good. So you just beat this guy. He just sighed pretty heavily about that. Why? What allowed you? Was it IWillDominate? Was he just weak, or what happened?
I think they cut in really bad places. Yeah. I don't think they played like. Yeah, they had a lot of positional errors that game. I don't think I feel like I didn't even force that much. I just feel like they stepped out of place and then I just capitalized on their mistakes. I don't even know if. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think they didn't respect the ante, and then they got what they deserved.
Is that it? You didn't respect the ante?
I think we didn't respect their whole team comp as far as initiate goes. Like in a couple of the fights, they would like whiff an Oriole, and we'd view that as, oh, they just whiffed an Oriole. That's essential to their hard initiate. Let's fight them. Let's all out brawl. And in reality, unless we landed like sufficient poke, we wouldn't be able to win those fights. So I think the big lesson we learned is when we're playing a poke comp versus hard engage, even if they miss some skills, like kite back until you're sure you can win the fight.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's probably a lot better than what I said. And by probably, I mean it definitely is. They have Karma and Nid. They don't do anything when you're all in. They're all completely like cooldown based. I mean, like, yeah, you can argue most champions are cooldown based, but those two are to a much larger extent. Oh god.
Yeah, the TSM level 1.
But yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they try to dive with Karma and Nid pretty much.
Yeah. TSM chants coming out from the crowd right now. Does that ever? Okay, you guys aren't on TSM. Do you ever hear the TSM chants come out when you're playing against TSM? What does that do to you?
It's not like really like a mental block or something. It's just like annoying because when you hear it, it's after you messed up. Yeah. Like for example, the worst one I heard was last week against TSM. We were like running the game. Where like in 25 minutes we were up probably like 3K gold. We were controlling Dragon pretty well, and we won like a big team fight. And then we go to the inhibitor, and Bjergsen lands like 2 godlike spears or BS spears, whatever you wanna call them. And gets 2 kills, and then immediately you just hear the TSM chant, and like as they get Baron, and you just know like your chances of winning like got a lot smaller. So it's like it's annoying, but it doesn't like mentally like screw with you that much.
Is that your sentiment as well?
I definitely don't mind it at all. I think it's actually pretty cool. I think there should be like a lot more chance. I think just like, I don't know, maybe just as a content go, I think crowds should always be hyped, and like crowds can really like run the show, and it makes you feel really good. Oh god, what the hell's okay?
Yeah, we're watching Snoopy right now. Battle for his life with the red buff.
No, I think it's cool though.
Now, Dominate, I know like for sometimes teams win, but there's always things that you can learn in a win. So in this case, like KiWiKiD won, but I would love to know what you would give KiWiKiD tips on, so that he could become a better player.
Him or like the team?
No, just him specifically. You have to patronize him right now.
I think that like the early game was really strong. I like what he did when he came behind and he got like that first blood on me because I didn't expect him to be there. I thought he could potentially be on drag, so I wasn't expecting that angle. I think that the rotation top when they had the huge wave stack was fairly obvious because like not only did we have a ward, but we actually we saw the wave, so that was kind of a predictable play. So I think that like in that situation, they should be using like the wave to maybe get stuff like on the other side of the map or maybe like pressure mid off it. But the dive there kind of like gave them a little bit of like a loss of control. So
thoughts?
That's actually really good. That's actually like pretty spot on. Yeah. I like that one.
How about the other way? You got any advice for IWillDominate? Needs to kill jungle camps faster.
I feel like they moved more really wholly as a unit. Individually, I can't really recall a play that was like all up to him. Because that play, whenever I sent him at Baron, he couldn't really stop. The only way they could have prevented that is if they just rotated faster, but I think they all went back too. So let me see. Man,
There's gotta be something, Kiwi.
I'm trying, man.
That was definitely
That was
the
it.
best game.
I'm trying.
Just you got this. Something about dominate.
Why do I suck, Kiwi? Why did I get benched from Dig?
Buy a lot of words.
I bought
Are you-
a ton of words.
Okay.
I bought so many words. I probably bought too many words, actually. It's probably something I should.
I was never really scared of like getting caught by you or your team. So maybe like if you could just, just tell your team like, cause with me and Crumbs we always like to go together, and then so yeah I might have gotten cocooned by you once, but I knew you were the only person there, so it was like kind of pointless. I think if you took more like aggressive stances sometimes, it would have been really helpful. Like especially cause I know you guys. There's one time you guys had 2 pinks at drag, but I wasn't even that scared to walk up. I think if you just had some people there sometimes it would have been really helpul, and like I would have been spaced a lot more, but I wasn't too scared.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think that we should have like controlled our vision. Once we had vision control, we should have maintained it a lot better, which is something that we've actually been struggling with. Even in the coast game, we get vision control, and then we don't necessarily want to do Baron, but we're not patient, so we just like rotate to a different lane and we just give up like 4 pink wards, which is like terrible. So yeah, I definitely think that's pretty much accurate.
Well, there you go. I'm just trying to level up NA teams. Share the information so we can take out the Koreans. At Worlds. What's the plan?
Playoffs right here.
Yep, here it is.
Curse and dig. They're making the dream.
Jesus. If that happens, I'll shit a break.
Yeah. Curse it. Well, Kurt, you said first and second. Curse and dig. Who gets first and goes to All Stars?
I don't know. I want to say us, but I honestly think that Dig's the type of team where if they do get rolling and they got to like that game, I think they would just end up winning. Yeah. Like they're really hit or miss, but if they're like hitting hard enough to like get top 2, I think they'd probably take it. So
is that fair?
Yeah, I agree. I think, oh gosh, we started off so hot, and then we beat C9 like 17-1, and then every game was like going well, and then we just started missing everything, and then we had to like relearn the game. So as long as we don't forget how to play the game, I think we have a pretty good chance to get to All Stars. Really.
There's the headline. Anything you want to say at the end of this, KiWiKiD? At the end of this IWillDominate interview?
Well, I guess shout out to my major sponsors, Alienware, Intel Scan, and Western Digital. Thanks to all my fans. I really appreciate all of you. I love the Twitch coffee pasta. That shit's hilarious. And thanks for watching this interview.
How about you?
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors: Alienware, Energems, LOL Pro, LOL Class, Cooler Master, yep, and Team Curse, obviously. Huge thanks to them for being our title sponsor, and yeah, thanks to you for giving us this interview.
Well, thanks, guys. It's great to be back. I'm glad that I've been able to help you guys get first and second place at playoffs. Check out the rest of our coverage of those playoffs and everything else esports at ongamers.com.